Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Dr. Pillai's Mystery School event series. Our session today is on Ascension and a 200% life. And Dr. Pillai teaches that the highest form of enlightenment is to transform matter into energy and turn the body into light. And that the ultimate goal is a 200% life, 100% spiritual, and 100% material, so that your spiritual evolution supports your material progress. And Dr. Pillai will be teaching a special 6-month mystery school program where he will be giving dedicated modules into Ascension, the light body, and specialized techniques for accelerating your material manifestations. So later in the session, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at a roadmap of that 6-month journey. Now, Dr. Pillai will be joining us to share new opportunities for Ascension, the light body, and a 200% life at this time of the dawning of the Golden Age. And then we'll be joined by several of Dr. Pillai's students who have been blessed with a transformed life in all aspects. And then Dr. Pillai will join us again to give us 2 initiations into a foundational experience of the light body and a practical technique that you can use from today to begin creating a 200% life. Dr. Pillai, thank you so much for joining us again, and we await your revelations.
The earth plane is not our home. Our home is heaven. This is just not a concept, but it's a reality. And this reality has been talked about by many traditions. And I want to talk about, since my time is very limited, I want to talk about Ascension as it relates to Jesus. Jesus ascended. And he ascended when nobody knew how did he do, when did he do in the first place. And then later on, everybody saw his light body. And the disciples saw the light body appearing. And they even wanted to touch his body and see if it was a real body or it was just a spirit. And now, is it possible to ascend? There are many, many ways through which you can turn matter into light. Because we are living in the 21st century, so it's better to talk about science. And science says that matter and light are the same. The different, the particle and the wave, they are different manifestations. So in India, the yogis and the siddhas for well over several millennia worked on this principle of ascension. And then they gave us many techniques through which you can do it, including taking some herbs that will turn the body into light. I'm interested in this right from the very beginning of my adulthood, or even before that. Because in many lifetimes I had died, I had also ascended. And I have no doubt that this is the time that people have the opportunity to ascend. Surprisingly, you may have seen in the videos, YouTube videos, young boys and girls joining together and then looking for Jesus to come from heaven and chanting, without understanding the complexity of the process. At least they believed in the possibility of Jesus taking us back to heaven. That's great. But if you want to understand that, you should watch that movie, Jesus Christ 1977 or something. And he talks about it. I'm going to liberate you from this body by breaking this bread. And this bread is nothing but my body, and the wine is nothing but my blood. And as you begin to take this, and then you will acquire the ability to liberate yourself. It's very interesting, and even if you spend 2 minutes to watch that movie where Jesus talks about it. And I don't know who wrote the script, but it was very authentic. But anyway, in India, there was a guru, 𝗕𝗏𝗴𝗵𝗵 Baba. He said that he was living with Jesus, and then Jesus had a technique, and I'm going to teach that not here today, but in the course, was able to go into the womb of Mother Mary, and then that through which he could come back and do this light body and ascend. And that's also very meaningful to me, because in the womb, the transformation of energy into matter takes place. So that's great. So that's good too. And Swami Ramalingam, that was the last person to ascend in the Siddha tradition. And he gives a very detailed description of how your body gets transformed, and then that is because of the God of light coming and giving him a hug and giving him the body, his light body to Ramalingam. And then he also, talks about so many things that he did to prepare his body to become the light body. One important thing that I want to mention is what Ramalingam said about the ascension process, and through the use of herbs. He talks about a lot of herbs, 3 or 4 important herbs, and out of which I want to tell you, there's one herb that he said that would be useful. When I had this company called 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗁, we used to make it here. And that herb's name is Eclipta Alba. That will help you, the material body, to become a subtle body. So that is more important. And there are also other ways of doing that, many other herbs too, but this is the most important one. I thought it would be useful for you to get the information. Then the next one is what I'm going to do for this session. Before I go any further, I want to tell you, don't get scared about the light body or spirituality, that you are going to lose your car or home or your dreams to become a millionaire. All these will happen in a very short period of time, provided you understand the process of manifestation and demanifestation. They are the same process, one end, the two ends, and you have to know the manifestation process, which you do, and you have to know also the demanifestation. It's the same, but two ends of this same reality. Now I'm going to give you a sound, a mantra. A mantra is a magical sound in all sense of the term, not in the negative one. A magical sound that can transform matter into light. And that is one mantra that Swami Ramalingam used to turn his body into light. And close your eyes. Just remember what I said at the beginning. This earth plane is not our home. It is a plane where we have more suffering, disappointment, pain, old age, diseases, death. These are all common to everyone. And we have to put an end to it. And that's why I teach this technique of ascension, which I will do it in the course. This is just an introduction, but even in the introduction, I want to give you the most powerful mantra, which I will explain later on in the course. It is a sound, Arul, Arul. You put the sound in all your chakras. The chakras are in your subtle body. First in the 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗀, Arul. In the sex chakra, Arul. In the navel chakra, Arul. In the heart chakra, Arul. In the throat chakra, Arul. In the third eye chakra, in between the two eyebrows, in the center of the forehead, deep inside the mind, which corresponds to the pineal gland. Arul. Now the entire brain, and I keep on chanting and you listen, and then the whole brain will light up. Arul, Arul. Things happen because of this mantra, the sound, that first transforms the brain and then the entire body. Arul. imagine you have light everywhere. Your body, in other words, has become the light body. If you go on saying this Arul, 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 and then silently this is the mantra. So I want you to do this any way you want to do it. There is no hard and fast rule. Anytime, anywhere, however long you want to do, no time restrictions are there, no place restriction, nothing. The only thing is the sound, which is the mantra, will do its job. So this is also the mantra which will help you through the manifestation process and also to the demanifestation process. It can create matter and it can also create the subtle body. So I am very thankful to God that I am able to share at this very critical moment of the earth plane, where everybody is fearing death, that I have even this. Just go and watch that video where Jesus talks about relief from death, which he calls as the new Passover, the new covenant. Okay? God bless.
Thank you for the great blessing, Dr. Pillai. And everyone, Dr. Pillai will be joining us again for a further experience. But first, I'd like to invite some of Dr. Pillai's students who have been truly blessed with a 200% life to share their stories. Our first guest is Vasudevan, an international financial advisor who's been closely associated with Dr. Pillai's organizations for 25 years now. And he has witnessed great progress in his life. Vasu, thank you for joining us today.
Good morning to you, madam, and good evening and good night, wherever the devotees of Babaji are. Let's start with a small prayer. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗁, Guru Sakshat Param Brahmam, 𝗪smai Gurave Namaha. It is nothing but Guru is Brahma, Guru is Vishnu, and Guru is the Maheshwara. And since the Guru leads us to the path of light, he is also the Parabrahma. Thus, I bow to Dr. Pillai, who we all call him fondly as Babaji, and I personally call him as Ayya, as I see him much more than Babaji to me. Since the time given to me is only 3 minutes, I thought I will compress my experience in the allotted time, considering sentiments of others who would like to share their experiences. My interactions happened with Babaji way back in 1998. And the person instrumental to this is none but the Mohini madam, who visited my then office where I was practicing as a chartered accountant. And he came for some consulting to me. Then finally we ended up meeting Babaji, and the meetings became more and more personal and more divine to me. And my entire family is indebted to Madam for the introduction she gave some 26 years ago. Thanks a lot, Madam. I every day remember, your visit to my office and then the subsequent meetings with Babaji. Till then, I was leading a mundane life like any youngster who has ambitions in his profession, challenges and client service at all times, family issues to be handled, and very little thought towards what I should be actually till I met Babaji. For every Hindu, 𝗕𝗏𝗴𝗵𝗁𝗲 is the Bible, which is evolved around bhakti, karma, and jnana in the form of yogas. Many aspects of these three yogas I got to know only after I started interacting with Babaji. And from that, every success to failure, every joyfulness to tears, sorry or disappointment, I've taken it in my stride because Babaji has been repeatedly saying that these are all not in your control. Whatever happens good or whatever happens bad, it is destiny or the karma. The teachings have had such an impact on me, especially when Babaji says, the reason why you're in this earth plane, as which he said today also, it is because of your karma. And he has always been advising me that the path should be towards good karma and avoid bad karma, even in your profession. I've been religiously following this last, I wouldn't say many years, at least last few years. I've been very religiously following, avoiding as much as bad karma as possible, and try to be only in the path of good karma. But the interesting part with Babaji is, he doesn't stop with explaining karma and the consequences of the good or bad karma. But through bhakti and jnana, Babaji instilled a lot of corrective measures in me, with the result that I am sure I'm able to accumulate more good karma in my balance sheet than the bad karma. As far as bhakti is concerned, my interaction with Babaji was there for 14 long years before I started enrolling for the first program on light body way back in 2012. That completely transformed myself. Till such time, for me, the bhakti was only doing my daily prayers, pujas, visiting temples, and chanting slokas, etc. So it was only through Babaji I learned bhakti is not just doing all these things in a mundane or routine manner, or do it in a more systematic or scientific ways as Vedic astrology to have the positive results. I'm extremely happy to share that I've been immensely benefited by the simple app like the Hora app, the specific visits to temple at the advice of Babaji, participation in the various rituals and homas and yajnas advised by Babaji. These have actually helped me to have very good karma and also jnana. Performing these at the appointed time is the hallmark of Babaji's teachings. And my visits to various temples with Babaji is a lifetime experience. And I need not 3 minutes, not 3 hours, 30 hours, or 300 days to share my wonderful experiences. Finally, in jnana, it is a gift, according to ancient and many gurus, that only the mankind is benefited with jnana being because of the sixth sense the divine has provided us. But jnana or knowledge does not limit yourself only to reading certain sacred texts or textbooks, except it helps you to make a living and leading an orderly life. Beyond this, the real knowledge or hidden mysteries I could find only through the teachings of Babaji, and I salute and offer my pranams to Babaji for all these wonderful teachings on jnana. This vast knowledge and his teachings to me on the Vedas, the Agamas, the Tamil scripts, especially of, as Babaji said, of Swami Ramalingam, and these Vaishnava saints like Swami Nammarwa, and about Buddha, Jesus, and many other spiritual gurus have abundantly been shared by Babaji to me, which I'm ever grateful to him. One of the teachings of Babaji was on Yoga Vashishta, a text in Ramayana, which is never known even to many of these scholars who I've met. This is a beautiful literature where Vashishta and Vishwamitra give guidance when Lord Rama, at a very tender age, gets into depression. And the fabulous unwinding of his questions and the answers given by the yogis, which when was explained to me by Babaji on one of the calls we had for over an hour, had nothing but goosebumps in me. I immediately looked for the book and I've been reading it diligently, even though still I'm unable to comprehend many of the dialogues because they are all very highest form of Vedanta. Likewise, one of the hymns from the 4,000 hymns of the Alvars, to which I belong to the Vaishnava sect of Hindus, Babaji was explaining how the Alvar experienced the Lord not only entering into him, but also making his heart as the abode. He said, you should strive for that. And I've read this hymn several times in childhood, but never understood that there is a fantastic meaning to this. How the Alvar experienced through bhakti and the hymns, the Lord entering him and sitting with him permanently. Apart from this, I also experienced a lot of scientific facts on time and space, quantum technology, manifestation at speed of light, and the use of various herbs, etc., to progress in life. I'm sure I would strive to make every endeavor to follow the teachings of Babaji. And I'm once again happy to convey that I'm fortunate to have been connected to him and to continuously get his blessings on me. The prayer that it continues all through my life. I once again thanks Mogini ma'am for the opportunity given. Gurudev, namaskar. Thank you so much.
And Vasu, we thank you so much for your contributions to Dr. Pillai's mission. Thank you for joining us. And now, everyone, I would like to invite Dr. Becky Prosko, an internal medicine physician who has a private practice in Florida. She first came to Babaji out of her great passion for the light body. And through his teachings, she has a beautiful 200% fulfilling life. Dr. Prosko, thank you for joining us.
Yes, hello. Hi. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Pillai for inviting me today to speak on Ascension and the 200% life. To me, the Ascension is the light body. So I thought I'd tell a little bit of my own personal journey to Babaji and the light body. I grew up Catholic and was actually drawn to the rituals of the Catholic Church. Not so much the rules, but the rituals I found very fulfilling. Then I went to medical school, worked 20 years, night and day, and then had an adverse life event, as we all do. So that turned me towards spirituality. And this was maybe like in, I don't know, year 2002 or 1 or something. Anyway, for the next many years, I studied mystical traditions of the world, Christianity, and I had run across the rainbow body, Tibetan Buddhism, and thought that, of course, Jesus' resurrection was his transformation into the light body and his attendant ability to transfer himself into a physical body at will, dematerialize the physical body. So I did a lot of Vipassana meditations. I was looking for techniques and studied Bon, studied some Tibetan Buddhism, even went to Turkey and saw the whirling dervishes, a little bit of Kabbalah, talked to, so I was able to run across a Catholic priest, Father Francis Tiso, online actually, and he was a professor at the Papal University of Rome in Rome, and he studied the intersection between Christianity and Buddhism, and had particularly studied the rainbow body and had books and lectures on that. So unfortunately, most of this involved 30 years in a monastery. And since I had a practice, I had a life, I had people who depended on me, patients, employees, that didn't call. So I looked around further and saw the 𝗕𝗲𝗃𝗀𝗃 was also a tradition that had the light body and Swami Ramalinga. So I read everything I could find in English on Swami Ramalinga. Unfortunately, most of it is in Tamil, and I don't read Tamil. So in my journey looking for these techniques, I eventually found Babaji. I had actually gotten into alternative and complementary medicine, and I attended the International Association of Regression Therapists conference in Colorado Springs one year. And there was a gentleman, I don't recall his name, who wrote a book on all different people who had been reincarnated. One of them, Anne Frank, we had that Anne Frank at this place, the lady who was the reincarnation. And in one of the displays was Babaji as being the reincarnation of Swami Ramalinga. Still, it took me several years to get there, but eventually I saw a thing in New York he was doing on mantras. Unfortunately, that was snowed out, but then I did go to Mount Shasta and Patanjali and the Yoga Sutras. And then I also have been blessed to attend many, many temples in India, many of them with Babaji. I've been studying everything he did since then. I've been in every program. And what I found is this wasn't only techniques. This is a guru with the ability to guide your subtle body into these transformations, and it's a living tradition. So I've been very grateful for Babaji.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prasko. It's a beautiful
Thank you.
story of how you found your guru. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome Dr. Gautam. He's a doctor from Australia who actually led the groundbreaking research into Dr. Pillai's phonemic intelligence educational technology that he coordinated with Harvard Medical School and with Brain Science International. And Dr. Gautam has been inspired to speak about his experience of the journey of the soul through Dr. Pillai's teachings. Welcome, Dr. Gautam.
Yeah, hi, Mohini. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Pillai, for this opportunity to participate in this session. I'm really grateful for Dr. Pillai on all through years I've been teaching, and his teachings has been immensely helpful in the evolution of the mind, body, and the soul. I first met Babaji in 2008 through YouTube. And then I had goosebumps and then just want to meet him in person. So I had the opportunity to meet him first time in Egypt in 2010. In the very first meeting, in the session in the seminar hall, I could see Babaji's energy through his eyes, through both his eyes. He could pass the energy into you, and I could feel that sensation. And that experience, it's just beyond words. You can't just explain that in words. So ever since that, I've been so many meetings, so many temple sessions, so many seminars. Babaji's been guiding us very, very closely. And I also had the opportunity to meet Babaji in Rishikesh in 2011, where he transformed his body into light. And that experience, I have it within me like every day before I go to bed, where his body transforms into like a Shiva Linga, like a glowing black light. You can't say black as a light, but that was a glowing, and you could feel the energy. And eventually is transforming into white light, like Swami Ramalingam. And that I had, nearly for 40 minutes, where, he showed his true light body. So, from then on, there's so many miracles all through the years. Through various temples, you go, the Siddhas appear. And then in Mount Shasta, he just blesses, the wind comes, you can feel the Hanuman. There's so many innumerable number of experiences all through the years. So, over the years, the last 14, 15 years, there is a slowly evolution process. Initial days, you learn about all the knowledge aspect, what is teachings, and slowly progresses to more experience of the soul. I never understood, what's the soul, how to experience soul. But a couple of maybe 1 or 2 years back, when I listened to some chants, I could feel a bit of a sensation in the heart chakra. And that was, when you're by yourself, something happens, and then I comprehend that itself as some kind of feeling your soul. But before that, I could never understand, in the rational mind. So over the years, especially in the last 2-3 years, so many teachings, so many sounds which Babaji has given. And when you keep on meditating on these sounds, you could feel the energy moving through the chakra. And then in different levels, the energy moves. And then that gives, immense experience how to handle the energy and how to channel the energy in the right direction. And in Egypt, he literally opened your third eye. You could see, so many experiences. And I couldn't say, without Babaji's blessing and the direction, we're completely lost. So I'm really, really grateful, for all the blessings over the years. And I strongly feel, the entire purpose of this life is the evolution of the soul. And that I clearly, we go through so many challenges in this life. It's not 1 hour we are so happy, and then the next hour or so we are not. And how to handle those challenges. That's where, I get Babaji's teachings and sounds help consistently on an everyday basis. The moment I get up in the morning, I have the image of Ganesha, his chant, and Babaji's name, and I just begin the whole day. It's say the rational mind. You don't even need to go into the rational mind of handling things. Somehow you attract the right energy, the right people. Everyone, if something is not right, it don't even come near to you. And that's the beauty, of how Babaji protects us, guides us, and helps to evolve. And his immense compassion and love is 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times more than what a mother can have for his child. So thank you, Babaji.
Thank you, Dr. Gautam. And everyone, Dr. Pillai will bless us again with his presence now.
I talked about ascension, and now I'm going to talk about the more practical side of human life, which is to live this life, this material life, and or to put it more bluntly, the money life. And there are 3 models here. One is the common model that everybody follows, which I called the ego, mind, and rationality money, which means you make money through the use of your own ego, mind, and rationality. So your ego, which is your self-identity, have colors of your self-esteem, how much money do you want to make, all that. The mind goes along with the ego and then finds a rational support for this. I am a doctor, I can make only this much money. I'm an engineer, I can make this much money. And I have no, skills, so I can make. This is ego, mind and rationality play a role in deciding your material life. That's the model that everybody follows. And there is another model which is called the karmic one. The perfect example is Elon Musk, the richest man of the world, who, as many of you know, did not even have a shower in his bedroom, okay, but became the richest man of the world. How is that? That is due to karma. Karma means he worked on it in many, many previous lifetimes, and then he came back to this earth plane to do that. So karma is the theory of cause and effect, causality, and it is what you have done in your past life or what you thought about in your past life. All these joined together give you this lifetime. Having said that, karma is not deterministic. It is not fatalism. Karma can be changed, but it's hard. Of course, I have done many courses and to how to get beyond one's own karma. So I would want you to take a look at my teachings on karma and how to bust your karma busting mantra. Okay. And now there is the third model, and the third model is God money. So ego, mind, rationality money is the first model. Karmic money is the second model. And then God money is the third model. God money is God gives you the money. You have to ask, thy shall be given. Bible. Ask, ask, ask. Because the Father is not going to refuse you. Never. So you have to ask, and thy shall be given. Those who have not, ask not. Okay. So you have to ask. How long do you ask? Till you get it. Now, the God money, as can be also understood as a money that you get through the mantra. The mantra is the word. The word. The word is you speak and then the money is there. You think and then the money is there. So in India there is a tradition. If you want money, you go to a guru and then say, I want this money, please give me blessings. And that is very meaningful. Because then the guru takes your prayer, your wish, and then puts it in his consciousness and then manifests it for you. And the God money is therefore money you get from God's blessings and the blessings of a Messiah or a Guru, and through the mantra. And of course the mantra for money is 𝗔𝗀𝗰𝗲𝗀𝗃, which you know. Millions have watched. Millions. You can go and see some websites where they have millions, people have watched more than millions, several millions in some cases. So they have been asking with this sound stream, Now, what you can do is, you can do the same way that you use the mantra, stream on all the chakras. And along with it, you also put out a prayer. Now, the reason why I am being elaborate here is, I want you to get results. There is, of course, a prerequisite, which before I forget that, I have to mention that. You have to really identify which group you belong to, ego, mind, rationality group. Of course, definitely 100%, most people belong to this group. So what this program will do is, it will reset your default. This is the default. Ego, low self-esteem. And the mind is, a product of the peer groups you are hanging out with, and your father, mother, and your grandfather, uncle. They are all like people, mediocre people, and then they give you a mindset. And then the rationality, of course, is the science that we know. You should not hang out with these guys. You cannot, the karmic people, they would want, people like Elon Musk, they don't want to hang out with you or me. Okay, so at least we should avoid the bad karma people. That's for sure. And then that the God money is is what I prefer, because it is God gives you blessings through the mantras. Okay. You can listen to the goddess of wealth is Stream, Mahalakshmi. You can go on saying Stream, 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 Stream all the time. And don't allow your negative mind to come and interfere. So we will do this technique now. Close your eyes. And the mantras work efficiently with the subtle body, with the chakras. And now we are not going to go through all the chakras. I'm going to identify only a couple of chakras. One, now focus on your navel chakra. The navel chakra is a creative chakra. The creator god Brahma was born in the navel chakra. That's why I selected that one for you. Shri 𝗔𝗀𝗃𝗃. There are three mantras. Om, separate. Shri, separate. 𝗔𝗀𝗃𝗃, separate. At least do 9 times on the navel chakra, which is your belly button, and inside, go inside and say Om. Shri 𝗔𝗀𝗃𝗃. In order to do your mantra, you need the blessings of a guru, and I am giving you the blessings now. A mantra received from a book or from others will not work. Only when it comes from a guru and his blessings, it will work. So I'm giving it to you, and I'm also giving you the secrets behind the navel chakra. I can go on and on about the navel chakra as the creator, Brahma's chakra. Brahma is the creator. Okay. Now, then you can go straight to the third eye chakra, which is associated with thought manifestation. I will go in detail about how a thought can manifest when we do the course for several days. Now, go to the third eye chakra, which is the pineal gland. You just put attention on the point on Ajna chakra, which can extend from in between the two eyebrows and goes up to the middle of the forehead, but it has to go inside into the brain. So, make it simple. Just visualize a flame in the middle of your brain. That's the third eye. Om 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗕𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗁𝗲𝗊𝒋𝒊𝒄. Now, I thought of giving another one. No, this is enough for now. The navel chakra and the third eye chakra. You see that, you say that mantra 9 times, at least minimum 9 times. The most important thing is find out who you are hanging out with. That's important. If there are wrong people or mediocre, with mediocre thinking, you should completely correct your associates and their associations with them. Then years ago, when I was teaching at the University of Pittsburgh, there was a course which was very popular. And there was a girl who challenged me. I'm now working in a grocery store, and then I am a meat cutter. I'm cutting meats. What can I do to get out of my environment and then go make money? And I said, simple. First, go to move to a new environment. How? If you can afford to switch jobs, switch. She said, I can, I have saved up money. She did. She put a jacket. She's a pretty girl. She went to, I said, don't go to the same bar where you go to. go to a decent bar. And then there is a guy who came and met her in the bar. Hey, how are you? Okay, where you live and all that. And then she said, well, I'm in a transition period between jobs. Okay, what do you want to do? I don't know. If I may suggest, why don't you do some sales in selling software? I don't know how to do that. No, I'll teach you if you mind, if you don't mind. And that's how she became a salesperson, and then she started her own company. And then I met her the last time I think 30 years ago. Yeah. And she, the first time, when she came to see me, and she was driving a BMW. That's what it is, environment change. She followed it. So what I'm doing is, through these teachings, create a hangout group, initially a Google Hangout. I remember that. Hang out with the right people. And by joining this group, and I won't be, I'm not going to be teaching long. This is the last course, was 6 months, I agreed. And then, unless something happens, I don't know, we will see. I will certainly, I'm committed to this group. So, I don't want to blah blah anymore. So that's the most important thing is 𝗏 𝗏 God bless.
And thank you, Dr. Pillai, for all the blessings you have bestowed on us so richly today. And everyone, again, we will be excerpting the initiations that Dr. Pillai shared so that you can embrace these practices and witness the results blossoming in your life. And for those of you that are interested in Dr. Pillai's advanced teachings, now we'd like to give you a deeper look into an actual roadmap of the 6-month mystery school journey coming up. And with that roadmap, you can see step by step how each personalized component that Dr. Pillai has developed can lead you into truly shaping a new destiny. So for that, again, I'd like to invite Pillai Center teacher Gina, who's also the hostess of the mystery school program, to join us. Welcome, Gina.
Hello, thank you so much. And thank you to Dr. Pillai for that incredible message and meditation. The roadmap. So what is truly unique about this program, this mystery school program? We just heard Dr. Pillai say this might be his last season of mystery school for this 6 months. And he very intentionally created this program in a very unique way. And one of the most unique components of the program is its customization for the fundamental and premier levels of the course. And I'm going to walk through the roadmap. I also have a special guest here, Beth, who is going to help us understand more about the coaching component, which is what makes it truly unique. And first, we're going to walk through, though, this schedule. So this is really high level, and this is a way for you to understand exactly how much you're going to receive inside of this incredible program. And as Dr. Pillai said, giving you an opportunity to hang out with your like-minded friends from around the world. So starting in September, and we'll go through each month, but some of them are duplicated. So you have an initiation and teaching with Dr. Pillai. If you're in Premier, you also have a Diksha, energy transmission, and teaching with Dr. Pillai. You will have 3 mastery sessions, and that's with Pillai Center teachers. That's to help you understand more of the teachings that Dr. Pillai delivers in his monthly teaching. As a Premier member, you will have access to a coach that you'll have monthly sessions with. As a Premier member, you'll also have access to your own personal priest who you meet once a month and do a puja and chanting with. You will receive a 9-planet fire lab immersion, so helping you to understand the 9 planets as well as connecting with them on a ritual and ceremonial level to help them offset any bad karma you may have. At least 2 prayer sessions. So there's 2 to 3 prayer session immersions with different channels, basically people who have deep connections with the divine beings who will be bringing us through this immersion. And that is for the premier level. So it's 2 or 3 per month, depending upon how that month falls. And they include Goddess Angali, Goddess Varahi, Swarna Akashana Bhairava, Muruga, Karpasamy, a variety of archetypes or gods or goddesses that Babaji Dr. Pillai has given emphasis to in terms of how they can deeply bless us and transform our lives. So every month as a Premier member, you'll have prayer immersions. Then, of course, there's the daily karma removal remedies that are done for you in India. Every single day, a ritual is done on your behalf, whether it be a puja or tarpanam or a fire ritual, a variety of different ceremonies that are done every day. And then you'll have the first elite astrology reading. I went into detail what that is last week, so I won't go into that again. So that's September. That's just getting started. And then we move into October. Most of these are duplicated. And also the blessing board, where you have an opportunity to send your picture to Dr. Pillai. We put it on a board and he looks at it and gives you a direct transmission, a direct blessing as he looks at your face and is able to transmit the energy to you. So that's the overview for September. And then we move into October. We have all of the same things. In addition to that, you'll be receiving, or at least will be mailed out, your 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗁, which is blessed. It'll be shipped to you from India. And that is a sacred ash that you'll have and can use for the remainder of the program. And we'll give you instructions on how to do that. As a Premier member, now you will send your email to Dr. Pillai. This is very early in the program. Normally, we do a lot more other services before you get to send your email to Dr. Pillai. But this year, it's different. So you send your email. Now, November, again, you're going through all of the things I mentioned previously. Plus, now you'll, as a Premier member, you receive your personalized guidance back from Dr. Pillai. You submitted your email. And what happens in that email is that you send your prayers, your goals, also what challenges you may be having. And we also have your picture and your birth chart. He looks at all of that in this one sitting and then gives you a response. So that's your personalized response. So it's very special, very unique. It's the really only way to get access, direct access to Dr. Pillai these days. So that is why it's so special. So that you'll receive in November. December, we have all of our regular program components that I mentioned. And then in January, between January and February, as a Premier member, you'll receive your second Elite Astrology reading. And now this compares the first Elite Astrology to the second one so that you can see what progress has been made. And then in February is our final month of the program. Again, you're receiving your initiation and teaching from Dr. Pillai, the Diksha if you're in Premier, your 3 mastery sessions, your puja and chanting with the priest, 9-planet fire lab immersion, 2 or 3 prayer immersions in Premier, your daily remedies, your blessing board, and we'll be doing a closing out in February to help everyone recapitulate the 6 months and what you learned and how to move forward. Now, what's not mentioned on here, which Dr. Pillai so eloquently mentioned, is the community. You are now connected to people who are on this path. And how unique is it to be on this path of a 200% life, a path to wanting to be able to have super normal powers, a path to be able to achieve ascension and enlightenment at some point. That is the people you'll be hanging out with. That is the people. We have a WhatsApp group. You're able to communicate. We pray for one another. We have questions and sharing and experiences that are shared amongst our friends. Now, there's the WhatsApp group, which is every day, but then these sessions that I just mentioned are every week. And if you're in Premier, it's multiple times a week, twice a week. You'll be meeting up with your friends online. We've even created community meditations where our friends within the course are hosting meditations during the week. So we actually have about 4 touch points per week as of right now, because of a couple of volunteers who are hosting meditations. So that is a little look at how the program will roll out and how it'll go. So now I'm going to invite Beth and help us understand a bit more about the coaching component. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Gina. And thank you, Dr. Pillai. Those incredible teachings and the breakdown, especially of how they all line up. That was incredible, as well as the blessings. So I want to just note one thing about the coaching that's so important, and that is that never before has Dr. Pillai given a clear methodology for coaching. It's like you're being coached by Dr. Pillai. And I wanted to talk about this because this is very different coaching than you've ever received, either in group programs with Pillai or individual programs, or actually coaching anywhere. This is an incredibly unique, valuable experience, because we're not only going to be delivering the training, we're going to deliver it the way he wants it. And that's what's so important. This is a customized coaching program that will help you get to your goals. Now we're combining this as the 200% life, right? So it's the spirituality and the materiality together. And the coaching has blended both of these really, really well, the system that he's put together for us. So as I mentioned, he's given us a customized process to take his teachings and then to break them down into how they actually apply to you individually. So when he gives his monthly teachings, you'll be able to go through those and you'll be able to relate those directly to your life. And you may already be able to relate them, but sometimes there's some questions about how can I use this to further my goals? How can I use this to, help my relationships, whatever it might be your goals are. And also, we're going to take the astrology reading. Now, this is a really important reading. This is never, this reading moves you along your path. So as Dr. Pillai outlined, you have a sort of a karmic, there's 3 different models here. There's sort of the life, the ego mind model, then there's the karmic model, and then there's the God money model. And we're moving from basically some of your karmic tendencies and getting you into the God model. That is what this astrology reading will do for you. So it helps you analyze where your karma is and how to get you to a place where you can overcome your karma and go into a destiny that is more fulfilling for you, both materially and spiritually. And then what's really important in some of the coaching I've done in the past is to identify what's standing in the way and how to identify that and how to overcome these obstacles that are in that path. And of course, we're all doing it with Dr. Pillai's techniques. So it's not that you're going to have to go learn a new skill set or take financial training or anything like that. You'll actually have this this knowledge base will blossom up within you. So this is really Dr. Pillai's coaching program. It's his intellectual property, and that's pretty much the fact. And this is a coaching program that's worth at least $3,000, and it's a 6-month program. So the value that's being delivered in the customized process that he's put together for us to deliver is it's incredible. And like I said before, it's never been done before. This is the first time we've actually applied in detail exactly how he would like the coaching process to roll out. Gina, do you have any specific questions for me?
No, I don't have any other questions. I do love what you said in terms of the amount of value that's being kind of baked into this program. And for those of you who've been in Premier in the past, it's as if we're giving double amount of what we've done in the past. So I am very excited about this, and I hope that everyone who joins the value is definitely way more than what is being than the exchange. So folks, if you have any questions, please post them in chat. I don't have any other questions for you, Beth. Thank you so much. This is indeed Dr. Pillai's coaching program. He also outlined exactly what is to be done inside of the astrology readings, the sessions with the priests. Everything is designed by him. So that is what we have so far. Please post your questions, and I have a couple of dates and just reminders for folks as we wrap up. The program starts on September 1st. That will be the first live session with Dr. Pillai for his teaching of the month of September. Then we have August 23rd, and that is an early enrollment opportunity where you can receive remedies done for you in India for the planets, as well as live interactive fire labs done for you for the last 2 Saturdays of August. So enroll by August 23rd, and you'll receive those bonuses. We will be having a practice session where we can practice the techniques that Dr. Pillai gave today, and that will be on August 22nd. And make sure that you have registered for free on the link below the video so that we can send you a reminder on that. That'll be hosted on August 22nd on Pillai Center Practice YouTube. If there aren't any questions, let's see if there's anything else. Is there any way to do the astrology reading outside of the program? No, not at this time. These astrology readings are only created and will be delivered to mystery school people. So that's what we're doing. I signed up for Fundamental. How do I change to Premier? Oh, that's wonderful. Just write to us, support@PillaiCenter.com, and we're happy to upgrade you. I look forward to seeing you in the course. I have to say that, the love and community of this program is just beyond. Having connected to everybody, and we pray for one another, we care for one another, we take care of you. If you ever register for anything else in the program outside of Mystery School, there's generous discounts for all the Mystery School members. So we look forward to seeing you there. All right, I think that's all for now. So we'll see you on August 22nd for the practice session. If you choose, please be sure to place your name on the email list for that. And otherwise, registration for Mystery School by August 23rd in order to join the 9 Planet Fire Labs. Otherwise, we'll see you on September 1st with Dr. Pillai. Namaste.